you guys? It's Coach Woodson, President of Greater Youth Sports Association. This is another week of Raising a Greater Youth Athlete, and thank you again for tuning in on another Tuesday. So I believe we're close to around 20 weeks of doing this, right? If you're new to this, each week we post a video to help you as a parent, you as a student, with basically raising up a greater youth athlete. So today's day and age, a lot of people have the physical abilities to make it to the top levels of athletic performance and the top level of sports, but we might not necessarily have what it takes to keep us there. All right, sometimes a lot of us might not have the every single day little things in order to make the big dreams accomplished, right? So that's what we're here to help you out with every single week, is to really dive into character and then help you guys get to that next level, right? So for today's Tune In Tuesday, we're going to be talking about delayed gratification. What delayed gratification is putting off the pleasure of having something for a later date and then just focusing on the now, right? So in order to gain something more fun and pleasurable, right, you got to kind of put it off, right? So a lot of the times we have big goals, big dreams, a lot of things we want to do, right, which is perfectly fine, right? But it takes time for some of those things to manifest and to actually happen, right? So a lot of the times with kids, and when I was a kid, I wanted to be an NBA. All right, so that's a long shot goal that's going to come, years and years and years later, right? So if I would have had, or most people, if we would have had the everyday things to do in order to make that dream come true, we'd be looking at a totally different thing, right? Totally different life, if you want to say, right? So I'm here to help you today with getting those three things each single day that's going to help you take off, just take off to the next level. So sometimes you have to wait for what you want the most, right? I'm a Washington State alumni, so today we're going to be talking about the quarterback, Gardner Minshew. So this guy, he graduated from high school. Obviously, his goal in order with going to college is to eventually make it pro, right? So he graduates high school and he ends up playing for a Division III college, so a JUCO, right? He ends up taking that JUCO team to a national championship, right? After that freshman year, he transfers to East Carolina, where he does not start. So think about this. He took a team to a national championship, transfers to East Carolina. He only starts 2 games, right? And he plays 7 games. So he's splitting time with another quarterback, right? And then he transfers to Washington State, where he comes in originally as a backup quarterback. They already had their starter. So he originally comes in as a backup quarterback. So things happen and he eventually becomes the starter for the season for the Cougs, right? Fast forward to now, around 11 games later, he's number 1 in passing yards in the nation. He's number 1 passing yards per game in the nation. Number 1 offense. Number 1 in completions. And number 1 in passing touchdowns, right? So now his story and his dream of becoming an NFL quarterback is a whole lot closer than it was when he started from high school and going into JUCO, right? So there was things that he did every single day in order to keep him focused so that he can be able to reach that goal of his, right? So the 3 things we got. Number 1 is focus on the process, right? So we all have goals, we all have dreams. Those are big goals, right? You got to split that stuff down into small steps, right? And then you focus on the process of getting there. What do good quarterbacks have? Passing, right? Vision, right? They're leaders, right? So those are all small little things that you can work on every single day to become really great at them. And then eventually you're going to be a great quarterback, because that's what makes a great quarterback. So break it up. What is it that you want to be? What are the small steps to get you there, right? So focus on the process every single day, the process, right? Number 2, daily self-talk, right? This is very important for yourself and your keeping up your own motivation every single day. So daily self-talk. Repeat what you want. So every day when you wake up, repeat what it is that you want. If you want to be the #1 quarterback and go into the NFL, then say it every single day. Wake up, say, I want to be in the NFL, I want to be the #1 quarterback, all right? And that way you're influencing yourself every single day. You already know what you want. It's gonna happen. You're putting it out, right? And then number 3 is count your wins. So from our big dreams, we have the small steps, we have the daily self-talk, and then number 3 is count your wins. So this is where you're deciding, what is my win going to come from today, right? Let's say I had the small goal of completing 60 completed passes to a teammate, right? That's a win, right? What's the small wins that you're going to get every single day, that's going to be helping you out in your big goal. So that way, every single day you feel accomplished, you feel like you did something, right? And then those days where you don't, you know what you need to work on, right? But every day, count your win, and that's going to keep you happy. It's going to keep you motivated, because it's going to take time for those dreams to come true, right? You have big dreams, and it's going to take time, right? So the 3 things, once again, focus on the process. Number 2, daily self-talk. And number 3, count your wins, okay? And I want you to think of it like this. Your goal is a tree right behind me. Your goal is a tree. It took years and years for this tree to grow and then actually just be thriving, and then for it to just come full of life, right? It took years and years for it to come full of life, right? Your goal is the tree. So I do not want you to eat your seed before it has a chance to grow, right? Plant your seed, and then work on the daily things, work on those 3 steps every single day, and then allow your tree to grow. It takes time, all right? Don't eat your seed before it has time to grow. Thank you guys for tuning in for another Tune In Tuesday. This is another week of Raising a Greater Youth Athlete. I'm Coach Woodson. See you guys soon.